Sure. So let's talk a little bit about strategy. There are strategic reasons why you want to do digital products. We've talked about a few of these, but let's just go through them. List building. So these are some terms that you may or may not know. A lead magnet. A lead magnet is what we just talked about, which is give them something cool in exchange for their email address. Okay? You'll see this a lot on websites. You go there and it says, enter your email here to get my white paper or to get my free whatever, right? The reason they're doing that is because they want to get you on their email list, okay? So they can tell you what's going on with them. So using lead magnets is a really important part of this. All of these things we're talking about, they don't have to be products you charge money for. They can just be products you give away and make them great. This is a big problem I see. People go and make lead magnets that suck, okay? Nobody wants to give you your email for something that's terrible, right? Give them something that's unbelievable because it's not about that. You'll have other things to sell them, okay? Give them something you would charge money for. That's the deal. And as a matter of fact, what I do, and again, this is kind of a side little advert, please forgive me, but on Revisit, I make products that are paid products, and then through certain channels, I make a free version of that. Because what I want them to do is to find out it really is $35, and they're getting it for free. See the difference there? So the value proposition changes. If I say, get my free thing, they go, it's free. It's probably not going to be any good. Get my $35 thing for free, and they go into checkout, and it's really $35, and they enter a code, and it goes, boink, it's free. That's a big difference. Okay? So that's lead magnets. Opt-in gateways. So this is where this is like we talked about, you want to make like a lead gen form, so you want to say, enter your email or something like that in order to get their email before you give them the thing. Okay? But there's lots of ways you can create opt-in gateways. So they can be, all right, let me get a good example. If you have a podcast, for example, you could have a button on your website that says, click here to listen to my podcast. Okay? A gateway is that button doesn't really take you to the podcast. Okay? You stick in another little page first. Okay? So they go, click here to listen to my podcast. And it goes, zink. Hey, I'm glad you're interested in my podcast. Please enter your email address here to get and I'll throw in a free blah, 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 blah. That's a gateway. Okay? So it's sort of like you don't really get that yet until you commit to me. But I would always probably throw in a little chum in the water for that. I would say, hey, in exchange for this, you're going to get to listen to it, but I'm also going to send you my 7-part course, something like that. So that's a gateway. So whenever you see something where you have an opportunity to say, do this action, make sure you get something in return for it. Okay? Last one is PayPal and Revisit. These are both companies that will let you create a transaction that results in an email. So if you sell something on PayPal, for example, it doesn't matter if you sell them a T-shirt, doesn't matter if you sell them a physical book, you get their email address as part of the deal. So that's great. Same thing on Revisit. Anything you sell there, you're going to get their email address. So now you don't have to use opt-ins. I see this mistake a lot too. People make you opt in to buy something that then you have to opt in again, right? Don't ask them for that. That chases them away. Just say, click here to go to cart. You're going to get the email, right? So do that. Increase the value proposition, okay? Value proposition is a really important concept you want to think about. Digital products don't cost you anything to deliver. Okay? They're free. It's air. You're sending air. Okay? So make it really cool and add it to something to make it more valuable. Now, one of the ways you can do that is you can create a digital product that has a high value, and as a speaker, when you're talking to your corporate clients, you can say, I speak for X price. I speak for 10,000 tamales. Okay? For 15,000 tamales, I'll include 100 of my $300 course to everybody on your management team. Really? That's a big value, right? Well, for you, how much does that cost you? 0, right? But you just added 5,000 tamales to your price. So this is something you want to think about, okay? Value proposition. One of the companies, one of the producers that worked with us did something really interesting. They are a music group. So this was a strategy that I came up with. I was talking with these different musicians and stuff about the problem in the music industry. So the music industry kind of works like this right now. If you want music, you can get it for free. The end. How do people make money, right? It's insane. So I guess the idea today is that you're supposed to go out and perform live concerts to earn revenue. That's not scalable. You can only be on a stage one day a night, right? Or one night, on and on and on. You got to travel. How do you scale that? You can't scale that. No, they were supposed to make money from their recordings. Okay, But those things are slowly going away. Although people do buy music, they also get it for free, off BitTorrent and file sharing sites and stuff like that. But there are people who pay through iTunes and stuff, and that's great. So here's what I said. I said, at the end of the day, the people who will pay for music, what are you giving them? Well, they're getting the 10 MP3 tracks. They don't even get CDs anymore. They don't even get something to hold and play with. They go $10, and then it goes 10 MP3 tracks show up. So I say increase the value proposition. If you don't want them to go get it for free somewhere off the file sharing sites, or if you just want them to be a loyal customer, then take your MP3s and package them with more value. So that's what these guys did. This is a Tiki-Yaki Orchestra. It's a very niche kind of music. If you like tiki bar kind of exotica lounge music, you might like these guys. I do. This is great music to drink a Mai Tai to. And what we did is we put all of their products on Revisit. They have a way that they can go buy the product, buy the album, but instead of just giving them 10 tracks, we did this. So they go in, they get basically a fan club. It's a loyalty marketing fan club. So we go through this. They got a free music video that hasn't been published. They got some free wallpaper stuff. These guys are geeks, by the way. Did I mention they're geeks? Okay, so they go crazy for this stuff. Right, so now they can decorate their phone or decorate their computer. This is a live album that was never released. You buy their album, they give you another album for free. MP3 downloads or listen to it live in the app. You get your choice. Then you go to the next thing. So here's where they started doing their upsells. So they have a new album coming out. You can pre-order their album. Right? So they're giving their customers first access. Hey, we got a new album coming out. You guys are going to get it first. That's value. That's right. Exactly. And so anyway, so then the rest of it is pretty much upsells. Here's another album that was unlocked by purchase. So now, once you purchase it, it becomes this. So this is also a storage place for all of those files. So if you've downloaded MP3s through anything other than iTunes, you may know that sometimes you lose your files. Your computer crashes or whatever, and then what do? Right? Oh, I had that music, now it's gone or whatever. So one of the great things, cloud storage. They can come back here anytime they want and go get the MP3s again. Okay? So the idea is, yes, people will download the MP3s and they will share them on BitTorrent and they will do all those things anyway. However, they're saying if you want all this cool swag, you got to go through the proper channel. You can go get it for free if you want. You're not going to get the cool video. You're not going to get the extra bonus album. You're not going to get whatever else we decide to push into this product. Okay? So you just increase the value proposition. Okay, a tripwire is a internet marketing term. And this is going to be, so many of you have books. Books priced roughly $20 to $30. Okay? It's a lot of information they have to absorb or whatever. It's not the easiest medium for them to absorb that information in. So you go, well, maybe I'm going to make an e-course, and I'm going to sell that for $500. Okay? So you get your e-course going or whatever. A tripwire is a small, small investment that they make to get started with your learning. Because you don't want to go from 0 to 1,000. There's nowhere for them to kind of get their feet wet. Okay? So what you want to do is make a manageable investment. And it doesn't have to be like too small. It doesn't have to be like 99 cents. Make a manageable investment. $10, $15. Who can't spend that, right? Give them something powerful. It could just be 3 videos that you say, look, I'm going to teach you the top 3 things of blank. Okay? It's $15. Okay, you want them to make a commitment to you. That's a tripwire. Why is it a tripwire? Because once they trip that wire, this is the study. People are 50% more likely to buy from someone that they've bought from before. Okay? Another study. 5 times easier to sell to somebody who's already bought from you. That's 5 times easier. That means that if you're spending money on marketing, that marketing dollar you're spending, for 20 cents, that marketing would have got you a customer who knows who you are and who's bought from you before. So it's 5 times easier and 5 times more expensive. Okay? So you want to make sure you do that. So what do you want to do? You want to get them to buy something from you. Give them something cool at a low price. That's a tripwire. And right inside that product, you tell them, hey, if you enjoyed this, you might be interested in my other thing, and you upsell them from there. Okay? Yes?
I have a question about that. So when I was redesigning my site last year, we decided to use the tripwire after the opt-in.
Great.
So instead of just on the purchase, it's okay, they opt in, they get my videos, and then the tripwire is, and hey, my $15 ebook is on the site, but right now it's $7. So it's segmenting the list.
Fantastic.
Okay. So have you seen, I decided to do this as a PDF, and I haven't fully tested it yet, but I'm just curious in your experience, what's the best tripwire rate?
Price point?
No, delivery. delivery? Is it video? Is it like a short ebook? Is it an e-course? Like, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I see video as being very, very, very powerful. I think it's powerful probably for a couple reasons. People can make them very easily, and it's FaceTime, so it's not something they have to sit down and read or do anything, but, you make a video that answers questions. That's what I see the most that people will go and get. And you can call it a video course, but it's really just a collection of videos. Yes.
What's the best length of time from the average video when you're doing little vignettes?
That's a great question. I would do 20 minutes or less. Okay, that's like your attention span thing. Yeah, even shorter, she says. So it's really about attention span, yeah.
Can I say something to that? The question about the length of time. You can go as long as you like, as long as you're not boring. If you're boring after 2 minutes, you're done. Sure. That's the deal. Sorry, that's the media.
What was your question?
Is there data to support what you said about video? Because I know a lot of people, including myself, for audio because you can listen to it while doing something else.
Well, that's the data we mentioned in the beginning. Yes, that's right. Ford's right. Content modality. So it's not. So you're right. They're evenly distributed. So actually, there's not more people that want audio. It's even audio, video, or written and tactile.
Is it reasonable to offer the option?
Yes, I think that's a brilliant idea. Make your tripwire in the form they want it in. I wouldn't have thought of that, and that is brilliant. Because now you go to that thing that says, hey, for $7 you can get either one of these three choices, right? They're just 3 checkout buttons. Do you want the book version? Do you want the video version? Or do you want the audio version? Right? How great is that? Thank you. That's wonderful. What is your name? Bob. Nice round of applause for Bob. I love that. Good job, Bob. That's awesome. Now I want to say one more thing. What was your name? Cynthia. What you mentioned in passing, I want to point out to them because that's a great strategy, is a one-time offer.
Yes.
Very powerful. So when you're doing these things, you can go and during that checkout process, they're going to go in and you're going to say, hey, it's only available now. It's a very easy thing to construct, and we won't get into the details of that right now. But basically, you're going to give them an offer that's only there if they clicked Add to Cart and they're on that route of paying. And you stick in a page that says, this is the only time I'm going to tell you this. You can get it now or it goes away forever. Very powerful.
And
Okay?
it's not for money. It's to see who your most interested people are.
People take action.
People that take action right
Yeah.
away. Those are the ones who can find it to.
Exactly. Exactly. Great stuff, you guys. All right. Bridge and bundle. What does that mean? So once you start to create these products that are leveraged across all the modalities, now you've got a book. Now you've got an audio file. Now you've got a video thing. Now you've got an e-course. Guess what you do? Let's just start with 3 things. So you got product A, product B, and product C. If you bundle those at different price points, you just increased your number of SKUs from 3 to 7 because you've got product A, product B, product C, product A and B, product A and C, product B and C, and product A, B, and C. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? You bundle them. You increase the number of ways that people can buy from you. You increase the number of price points. Obviously, bundle A, B, and C is the most expensive option. So some people might say, you know what, I want the book and the video thing, but I don't care about the audio thing. Bundle those together. So you want to think about in those terms of being able to bundle your products together. Bridging, equally important. Bridging means connect your products together. Don't sell them a book. If you have a video and an audio course and whatever, don't sell them a book that doesn't say in there, hey, did you know there's an audio version of this book available? Or there's a video course? Or do you know I have an e-course? Click here to find out more. Okay? You want to bridge all your products together because one product will sell the other product. We see that all the time. And you can also do, again, loyalty marketing. If you bought my product, right inside that product it says, you know what, normally I sell my e-course for $75, but since you already bought this book, you can have it for $55. Okay? Loyalty marketing. Platform value add-ons. Okay, so we kind of touched on this a little earlier when I was talking about value propositions. But what I'm talking about, platform meaning you guys are on the stage speaking. Okay, value add-on is you can use this digital products as a tool to increase your fee. Okay, so think about particularly if you have corporate clients, you could also do it through back of room sales. Okay, but if you have corporate clients, think about how can I package this into the deal because it doesn't cost me anything, but it raises my price. Okay? Companies want ongoing education. They just paid you a lot of money to come and teach them something, and they don't want the employees or the managers walking out the door and going, whatever that was, right? So you can do an engaging e-course, for example, that actually reports to the client at the end of it. Imagine the thing that I explained to you about the e-course that they have to go and unlock each chapter. So what if you told your client, look, your employees will learn this. Here's how you'll know. They can only learn it, they can only advance by learning it, and at the end, it's going to have an opt-in that your employee does that's going to send you an email, and you're going to go, hey, Joe just passed that course. And then the client could reward Joe for that through some way, right? So that's great for them, too, for retention and also for thinking about you for the next time. So let's talk a little bit about marketing these products. This is a huge problem I see all the time. People don't know how to market their digital products.